Welcome back. Hope you guys are having a great week. Before we get started, let me give a shout out to YT Eric Gamer, Neo Vampire, Rocky Road, and Casper the Friendly Ghost. Tonight we got a bodybuilder of the gods, a Yeti with anger issues, and a QB video smile around the world. So kick back, grab your snacks, and let's go.
Yeah, I showed it to these guys in the green room last night. We were all freaking out. Like, what? Okay, what is that?
What the?
So when it gets above, this is where it gets weird, because it's slowly rising. It gets above that other thing, which might be the moon. I'm not sure what that other thing is. I think it's the moon. So that other thing, it gets above it, and then it starts taking off. And when it starts taking off, it does it with no sound at a insane rate of speed. Like, look at that.
No way. What the? It just went into space. What? It just went into space.
Oh my God.
What the?
But whatever that thing's doing, it's doing something that we can't do. That speed that thing takes off, that's faster than any rocket we have. That's faster than any fighter jet. That thing just shoots off into space at some impossible speed.
Did y'all see that? God? Was that you? Y'all, that was a whole human in the sky. That's gotta be some CGI stuff, right? Like, that wasn't real. Y'all saw that, right? That was a man in the sky. Oh man. As if 2020 wasn't crazy enough.
Well, here's yet another prime example of modern technology giving us a peek into another dimension. But if he's a good guy, I hate to see his nemesis.
Guys, how many times do I need to tell you? Steroids does not cause any anger.
Stop shooting your fucking video!
So guys, yeah.
As my humiliation ritual, with all honors, with flying colors. But the only difference between my humiliation ritual and a lot of others is I was walking with God the whole time. Being deeply rooted in prayer, deeply in search of answers, and deeply rooted and grounded in the palms of his hands through the process of this whole humiliation ritual.
One day, if you're messing with a narcissist, at your peripheral or your side eye, you're gonna catch them staring at you. And they're gonna have this devilish look with this devilish smirk on their face that you will never forget. You will never forget that smirk.
And I breathe through it. There's a lot of things happening. So it instantly connects with your bones through my teeth. So I feel the vibration in my skeleton. And it connects me to my breath, which connects me to the present time. Then, for example, if I move the back of my throat, it does this, right? It becomes like overtone. And also if I move my tongue, it does this. So you can hear how your muscles, by them moving in a certain way, creates the sound.
I'm kind of digging the Xena Warrior Princess look. It fits you well. But if I saw her walking around Whole Foods humming Negro spirituals with a kazoo, I think she was batshit crazy.
It's dumb.
It connects me to my breath.
That idea ain't worth a velvet painting of a whale and a dolphin getting it on.
Then, for example, if I move the back of my throat,
crazy. I like you, but you're crazy.
Tell me what this white stuff is. I'll tell you what it's not. It's not melting. Very warm coffee at this point. It's warm. Look at that. That should be gone. It's just, what the is this? This one caught my attention. You could Google that yourself right now. ChatGPT, check it out yourself. There are patents for this. Between the weird fog concealing all the Dior bags and the snow situation, I'm really starting to understand why this man disappeared. I feel like the closer we get to decode this entire matrix, the harder the evil side will push back. This is Jacobo Greenberg. He is a doctor of physics, and he bridged two most fascinating worlds together. The world of Indian medicine men and shamans and quantum physics. Figured out how to manipulate reality. 12 hours later, he vanished without a trace. You can verify this. Ask ChatGPT, ask Google, ask your mom, ask whoever the you want. All his research, gone. They did the same thing to Nikola Tesla. At the root of all of this is very basic information. If you're vibrating at 250 or lower, that is exactly where you can be controlled, where you will go to work, you will come home, you will fight with your wife, and you will be miserable. When you get above this, love, joy, these vibrations, you can't be touched at these vibrations. Something magical happened.
I'm saying back to them, like, just trust me. You guys don't understand, right? Like, we've been lied to. Trust me, you'll see what's ahead. They're going, buddy, you don't know what you're talking about. Oh, we're just going to come back up around the other side of the globe. You know, they're telling me we're going to hit the Indian Ocean, Australia, right? They were thinking in terms of the global model. But this is where it gets crazy, you know, as they realize I ain't stopping. One of the other pilots says to me, he goes, listen, you land that thing now, we sign an NDA and go home, act like this never happened. But go ahead, continue forward if you must, but just know it's a one-way ticket. You ain't ever coming back.
What did you do?
What I set out to. I could see the wall by this point. There was no turning back. And as I fly over the wall, the other jets behind me just hit wide pivots to turn around, and the pilot radios me one last time. He goes, crazy son of a b****. Good luck, kid. And I mean, look, I just soar off into no man's land. I'm baffled. I'm seeing land masses that have never been accounted for.
I don't know what kind of dream he was having, but you usually only see chainsaw killers running around in movies, not in the hood.
What the hell going on here? Hey, shut up all that damn noise. This ain't Soul Train. Where's Don Cornelius with this business? Hey, you shut up all that damn noise. I paid $15,000 for this house. Who else is over there? Public Enemy? Hey, bro, you by yourself. What's wrong, brother? Said maybe that big waterhead you got. Hey, shut up all this damn noise.
Going on at Yale University, and most people have no idea. Tucked behind these locked doors and windowless buildings are secret societies that have existed for centuries. And what happens inside, nobody truly knows. One of the most famous of these societies is Skull and Bones at Yale. It was founded all the way back in 1832. And it's rumored to have dark initiation rituals that are literally straight out of a horror movie. Think candlelit chambers, cryptic symbols, and members being asked to share their deepest, darkest secrets, maybe even leaving with a few more. And past members of these societies have went on to become US presidents, Supreme Court justices, and heads of powerful large corporations. And how much of a coincidence is this really? You might think that this would just apply to Yale, but Yale is not alone. Harvard has the Porcelain Club, Princeton has the Ivy Club, and these societies go by names like Skull and Key, Book and Snake, and Wolf's Head. These groups are ultra exclusive, and the big thing is you can't apply, you have to be chosen. And the other creepy thing is, like, once you're in for life. The network is global, and the loyalty is unbreakable. And some people believe that these societies are just like elite social clubs. Others think they're training grounds for world leaders, or maybe something even darker, which is why you have to be so secretive about it. Like, you're telling me they join this society and then they all go on to be like world leaders? What is going on in there? Are they by selling their souls? It's also rumored that Yale's secret society, Skull and Bones, has Geronimo, like the Geronimo's skull in its tomb. And every year people claim to hear screams coming from inside during the night of the initiation ritual. So I guess the big question about all of this is it just like a harmless tradition to make rich kids feel cool? Or is there something much deeper and more powerful? Of course, this is just a conspiracy theory. There's no actual proof of anything sinister going on. Just whispers, rumors, and a lot of locked doors. But still, if a power really does operate in the shadows, maybe those shadows start at these schools. What do you believe? And come over here for longer freaky videos.
So check it out, planes going past, leaving lines in the sky. Oh, okay. What's that going to do then? So that, oh, she's saying that this is geoengineering to reflect the sun. Hold on. Haven't we been saying this, exactly this, and no one would believe us? But when it's happening on TV on an 80-inch screen, suddenly it's accepted. Yeah, is that how it goes, folks? Just asking, because, like, you know, for so many years I've said this and people said it's impossible. It's impossible. They said, don't be stupid. You know how big this place is. Look at the skies. You're telling me that they can control the weather. Do you know how ridiculous that is? Yeah, well, how ridiculous is it now?
What are these, Grandma? What are these? What are these?
Well, my wall of shame. My walk of shame for people that let their dog go shit on my yard.
And then you take these and you put them in your grass.
Right, just like it is now.
So they can see themselves walking by.
And look at those, okay? And look.
Now, she may not realize it, but putting up those walk of shame signs only makes her yard look worse. Not to mention it may have backfired into a TikTok challenge.
Break it out, catch. Don't worry, I'll get it, Dad. I got it.
No balls on my grass!
Come on, get up in there.
I don't think so. I don't think so.
Awkward reaction. Duke gave him this look specifically after that bar. Then Phantom suddenly wants to touch Duke's chain. And then gives Davis this weird look. The whole situation seems weird to me.
Someone else took this picture, right? Do you see that? I want y'all to listen to this real quick.
A giant planet called Nibiru passes by Earth every 3,600 years and allows its sentient inhabitants to interact with humanity.
Let's stop it right there, y'all. Have y'all not seen the paranormal shit that been going on lately? Hold on.
These beings, which Sitchin identified with the Anunnaki of Sumerian myth, would become humanity's first gods. My favorite internet encyclopedia says there's supposed to be a collision. The Nibiru collision is a disastrous encounter between the Earth and a large planetary object.
Look how the planet looks.
Believers in this doomsday event usually refer to this object as Planet X.
So of course when you go on Google and you look it up, they're gonna say that, right? But everything else is on point, right? Y'all see that? The last talk about this, y'all, was about 2012. That was about 12 years ago. And y'all know how they said that. The timing is wrong right now and everything is off. So what if we're just 12 years later? People also been stating that something been obstructing the sun rays, y'all. Look at this. Then remember how we keep saying that it's a shift happening, y'all? I think it's because of that shit, bro. And that's why I feel like it's been so many weird activities in the sky lately. Like, look at this shit, y'all. Like, what is that? This video is literally for entertainment purposes only. Wait up!
Giant crab, ooh-wee. Y'all see it? Ramu the woke one can't make this up. Peace, love, and light the planet Ka. The giants have awakened. Now it's our time to rise. See how the vibration is rising? The whole planet gon' rise. Turning back to where we used to be. Gods in the flesh, giants. I can't make this up, y'all. Stay woke out there. 𝐿𝐶. Peace, love, and light. Free Rashad.
I don't think I can eat something that huge. All I be thinking about is what mutated it. I get freaked out enough when one of my Wingstop jump sticks is too big.
Oh my God, what is that?
Straight from the mud like Ruby. Straight to the stage, they love me. I understand they.
I like that. This one got a little smell to it. I'ma still eat it though.
See, I told y'all, nothing is hiding in the age of Aquarius. So did you guys hear that the Bush administration just admitted that the United States government have been building, right, these underground bunkers and have spent over $21 trillion in them, y'all? And here goes David Wilcock speaking on the matter of this. Like, he literally has seen them for themselves, and he talks about the solar flash. And y'all, check this out.
Former Bush administration official Catherine Austin Fitts revealed to Tucker that the U.S. government has constructed underground bases as large as entire cities. And yes, you can actually, I was starting to say that in the show with Ezra, but you can actually, they plant trees, they have rivers, they have lakes, they have buildings, and then they have a dome that looks like the outside, but it's a holographic projection. So if you were in there and nobody told you that you were underground, you might not notice, except for a couple things. You always hear the noise of ventilation fans, and you always smell a machine oil smell. And those are the two things that apparently kind of give it away. But otherwise, you got buildings, you got roads, they use electric cars. They don't have anything that burns gas down there. You can actually live and work and have a home and then travel to work and go to a building, and you're all underground and you don't even think about it. You just start to feel like you're living on the surface. And there's real trees and there's real animals and birds, and they bring all that stuff down there. So it's really quite incredible. So this is very, very exciting, folks. The U.S. government has constructed underground bases as large as entire cities. Fitz says some of these massive underground structures are officially documented while others remain hidden. They're not limited to the U.S., scattered across the globe. She theorized there could be as many as 170 underground bases beneath the ocean. Wow. And others around the U.S. interconnected by secret transportation networks.
So what is the gameplay here? Why would you come out and let the whole population know about this? Even though, like, you know, the quote-unquote conspiracy theorists, we've known the truth for the longest, you know? So what this tells me that this only validates the near-level extension solar mass ejection that we're supposed to have really, really soon.
Shapeshift, métamorphe. Qu'est-ce que c'est que cette merde?
That'd be the last time they let you out for a while. Your human skin suit must have been still in the dryer when you left.
Players up. Players up all the time. I was pissed. Players up. That's what happened.
Curious world of scientific research. Few discoveries capture the imagination as profoundly as the concept of entities that exist outside of our realm. Dr. Daniel Nems, a pioneering scientist and researcher, stands at the forefront of this intriguing field. Nems is renowned for his creation of an innovative energy device known as energy vision, which, according to his claims, can photograph these mysterious entities. Dr. Daniel Nems is a scientist with a background in quantum physics and energy research. Nems devoted his career to exploring the intersections of energy, matter, and dimensions beyond our conventional understanding. He soon became fascinated by theories of parallel dimensions and alternate realities. Oddly enough, despite publishing these findings, there is a scarcity of information available on him, and the majority of his work has been wiped from the internet. As a result, some have suggested that shortly after sharing these discoveries, he vanished. Nems' interest in this research was partly inspired by the pioneering work of theoretical physicists who posited the existence of multiple dimensions beyond the familiar three-dimensional space. Driven by curiosity and a desire to push the boundaries of human knowledge, Nems began experimenting with novel energy devices aimed at detecting and interacting with these unseen realms. Energy Vision, the groundbreaking device developed by Daniel Nems, represents the culmination of years of research and experimentation. The device combines principles from quantum mechanics, electromagnetism, and advanced imaging technology to purportedly capture images of entities existing in dimensions parallel to our own. Energy vision consists of a sophisticated array of sensors and emitters that generate and detect specific frequencies of electromagnetic energy.
Okay, so I'm walking back to the house, and I see this guy standing there. And I'm like, why does he look so weird? So I start walking closer, and closer, and closer, and closer, and wait. That's not a guy at all. That's just a shadow. And the pillar makes it look like an optical illusion. See?
A mysterious Yeti is captured in Russia. The Yeti is a mysterious ape-like creature that is taller than humans, and is said to live in the Himalayan regions of Nepal and Tibet. Yeti is often thought of as a myth. It is one of the most famous mystical animals. Recently, a video circulating on social media shows that Russian soldiers have captured a Yeti. This large creature is kept in an iron cage. It struggled with all its might to get out. Do you think this is a real Yeti video?
So y'all think this is real or a well-produced hoax? Because if it's fake, then whoever's in that suit must be at least 8 feet tall. But if it's real, then somebody's gonna be looking for a new roommate real soon.
I don't know why I ever leave this place. I got all the company I need right here.
Hey! Ain't nobody trying to hear that bullshit, man.
You always trying to say something at the wrong time.
Do whatever you got to do.
Go on sleep. Let us have our fun.
Go ahead there, Ray.
There are a few people on this app, when they get nervous, I get nervous. And I know that a lot of people who talk about current events, they do things for engagement. And fear, a lot of the time, and making you scared gets them more clicks and more comments, which in turn gets them more money. However, one creator who you might know, Mr. Global, he's a gas and oil expert, industry expert. He doesn't do that. He's very informative. I enjoy watching his videos because I want to learn more. I want to be well informed to the point where it's actually helpful, and then I can turn it off and, if I start to get too depressed on what's happening. He's nervous about what's going to happen starting tomorrow in the gas and oil industry based on OPEC and the if you don't know who that is, Google it. You can find people who can speak to it much more intelligently than I can, aka Mr. Global. Long story short, gas prices may come down at the pump, but that's because there's an overproduction that's going to happen overseas, which is much more than what they were planning. And that's going to really hurt American refineries. And when that happens, people start to lose their jobs. And the thing, unfortunately, like the smoke and mirrors that we're all going to see, as well as far as I can understand it, is that, we're going to see prices a little bit lower at the pump, at least initially. And correct me if I'm wrong, I'm just trying to piece this together. But on the back end, our utilities, our natural gas utilities, they're going to skyrocket. And if you go to Mr. Global's page, he'll explain, again, much better than I can, about how all that works. And he's nervous. And that makes me nervous.
Yeah. Call it a challenge, it's nothing to me. Make it look easy, it's hard to believe. Look in the mirror, that's how I compete. Now I gotta tell him you not in my league. Whoa, I don't ever wanna fit in, I'ma stand out. And I never was given no handout. Everything been a part of my plan now. Cause I do all the things that I wanna do. Ain't nobody telling me how I gotta move. I won't ever tell a lie just to get the views. I'm the only one left that I gotta prove. Don't give me no lessons, I don't wanna hear them. You not in my shoes, you don't know how I'm feeling. I've been at the top, but I don't got a ceiling. My circle is small, we don't need your opinion. I'm never gonna follow, I'm born to be leading. I put in the work in the regular season. I ball in the playoffs like I'm 23 and I won't ever stop. Got a lot, I'm a cheat.
You just gotta love this little guy's ambition. I'm pretty sure he'll have college scouts at his next race.
I won't ever tell a lie just to get the views. I'm the only one left that I
realize what has happened to everybody's phones. AI has been integrated into our phones in every form and facet, which I believe is a tracking device, a ledger. You're about to see ledgers pop up everywhere. Our new economy will be based beyond and upon a ledger, the blockchain. It's here, it's coming, they're getting the devices integrated with it. In every form and facet, you are being recorded. You are already recorded, but now AI is recording you, which me and Tommy was talking about. Is AI taking over, always part of the plan? Is AI running this? But I digress. Right now, we're about to see within the next year or two the transition from a fiat dollar to a digital CBDC. This is coming. This is not up for debate, even though you have XRP maxis up here saying, oh, our Senate and Congress said they banned CBDCs. That's what they want you to think, so you don't worry about the legislation that comes with it. Just like that's what they want you to think when robotics and AI take over your jobs, they don't want you worried about the legislation of it. That's why they're confusing you with tariffs, wars, Israel-Palestine. That's why they're confusing you with all these social issues. So you do not worry about the legislation that's about to come up about the new AI and robotics and the UBI you will receive from not working.
When I tell you I had no clue who this girl was, like I saw her in a stream, I was like, wow, she's so pretty. That's all I could really say, because I was like, okay, I don't know who she is. The track record on this girl, which is all allegedly, by the way, the track record, do you know how shook I was? Because what do you mean? She was friends with Ruby Rose and was messing with Ruby Rose's exes. And I literally saw in like an interview, she said, yeah, I slept with her because she slept with mine. And I was like, wait, what? Mind you, I don't even know what's in between. Because the next thing I saw that her and like Brooklyn had beef, or she was saying something, and that's the only reason why I saw her, because I was like, oh, I know who Brooklyn is. And then I got spun into the world of a triangle. And you could obviously tell there was animosity because she was talking to Brooklyn's ex, and she and like the exes were close, or whatever, we get it. But then it drops that her and DGG was, you know, doing the business in Mexico, and Hale had just given like birth or something. And I'm sitting here looking at this pretty girl, and I'm just like, why are you in this messy situation? Because as I continue to dive deeper, every video I'm seeing, I'm not liking. Then you get to the explanations and it's just like a whole lot of nothing. And then I saw that Ruby Rose had said like, oh yeah, she likes to sleep with all my exes. And I was like, oh no, Lala Baptiste, you too pretty to be doing this, girl. Too pretty. Like I just would have never known.
That must have been the best day ever. If it was off by only 1 inch, life would have been completely different the next day.
This shit, I'm out.
Scientology would be a group that I would be concerned about, even though there are many celebrities involved in it. It's a shrinking organization, but they still control a great many people, and they have an enormous amount of money and property that they control. That group was started by L. Ron Hubbard, the science fiction writer, who ultimately created a religion that has tax-exempt status in the United States, and now is run by a man by the name of David Miscavige, who took over after L. Ron Hubbard died. And I think it's a very difficult organization for people to leave, because if you have family in Scientology or friends, and there are people that have been raised in Scientology, their whole life is Scientology, there's a policy called disconnection, which would be the extreme equivalent of what Jehovah's Witnesses call disfellowshipping. In Scientology, it's called disconnection. And so they declare someone as what they call a suppressive person, and then you are to disconnect from them, which means it's over. You have nothing to do with them.
I've heard a lot of rumors about people that have tried to escape this, that have been locked away, kind of kidnapped. I mean, what do you make of this? Is that true?
Well, on occasion, Scientologists will have problems, that are not apparently effectively dealt with by Scientology. They may have a psychotic break. They may have problems because they're schizophrenic, or they're deeply depressed. And Scientology says that they can cure these problems, but they apparently can't, because there are families that say a suicide occurred because their family member did not get the help they needed, or that they were in lockdown in Scientology because that was what Scientology felt they needed, though they did not. And
what is a lockdown? What is that?
Well, they will isolate a person and monitor them during a period of time which they believe will resolve their problem. And this happens with certain situations with Scientology, and people may not get the help that they need.
This is how I get sit here. So next time.
I'm assuming the people who didn't budge were looking for a reason to get out of work that day. That just goes to show how many people hate their jobs.
I was so looking forward to that, and it did not go as I thought it would.
Will never run out of food because he's collecting beetles with this trap, but you'd never expect what he uses them for. They get stuck here in the first place because the bag contains a specific scent that attracts them, and the more that come, the more that pile up on top of each other until they're completely trapped, which it fills up very quickly, as this is only after waiting a few hours. But the best part is this saves them a ton of money because these beetles turn into an endless high protein food source for his chickens. Since they're constantly being fed these beetles, that means these chickens will constantly produce tasty and healthy eggs all the time, which means that
energy before there's electricity, and some people even point to electricity as being evil. I'm not kidding. So there's a outlet or a plug-in on this stone, and it seems to be architecture that you could say maybe Tartarian-ish, because one thing I've noticed, they will situate metals and type of these pillars and stones and create electricity from it. And that same exact philosophy can still be viewed today, even though they cut the circuit on most of the metal that ran through these Tartarian age type buildings, which, by the way, the period lasted for about 1,000 years. But they literally collected energy directly out of the sky. And there are other things they could use to help them do this. Like this I can't pronounce, Salvadra. And this being his bedside table, he has one sitting right there. And of course, he called this company named Tesla. It's funny how that works. In the early 1900s, they were coming out with magazine covers like this to fight against electricity, because they were saying it's evil. Notice the skull in the power line.
Would you eat salmon that looks like this? This is the color of Atlantic salmon if they don't give it a coloring agent. You can see here on the label, Atlantic salmon has coloring added through feed. All Atlantic salmon is farm raised, and if they didn't give it that coloring, it would look like this. The other problem with Atlantic salmon is it's full of PCBs and other harmful chemicals that accumulate in the feed. Understand that Atlantic salmon is really not a health food for humans at all. It's farm raised salmon invariably. It looks white like this, unless they give it coloring. Wild salmon looks very different. So this is wild salmon, and this is farmed salmon. You can see the farmed salmon is this lighter orange color. This wild salmon gets its color from eating phytoplankton and actual things in the ocean. The farmed salmon gets its fake color from the feed. Not healthy food for humans. Much better option.
All right, guys, I'm sorry, but we cannot be serious right now. This has to be a joke. This is an absolutely ridiculous TikTok video that I got tagged in that was reportedly recorded in Peru. It claims that a huge bird was discovered and it stunned the tourists. This has to be a joke. So there were a bunch of people in the comments stating that this was 100% real. It's something known as an Andean condor. And I do want to make it clear, Andean condors are 100% real. They do live in Peru, and they are one of the largest birds. Their wingspan goes up to 12 feet, and they weigh between 20 to 33 pounds. They're also 4 feet tall. But here's the deal. Look at the feet right here. And look at this Andean condor's feet. Unless this Andean condor here has cankles, it's not an actual bird. In fact, I already know that it's not a bird because I found the exact costume that was being worn here. Look at the feet, that's the dead giveaway. And honestly, that only raises more questions than answers, because why is this guy out here wearing this costume in front of this mountain range? It makes no sense to me.
Hey, that's a really creative side hustle, but just because you got a good wingspan don't mean you can follow people home.
Who is this? This is a big bird who wants to see the rest of mommy.
Alright guys, those were disturbing TikToks that they didn't want you to see. If you like the video, go ahead and hit that thumbs up button for me. Make sure to comment on your favorite clips and join the Space Crew as we rockin'.